Well, well, um, attempt to. This always happens every year where I try to do it one way and it doesn't work out. So here we go. I think I got an idea of how I want to do things. So let's do this. See how fast I can put these up. So I'm out here in the garage again, but I wanted to show you a like a hack, if I can. If you're putting up outdoor lights and you want to get around of the timers, the cheap timers, you know what I'm talking about. Go out for Christmas lights and they have those little cheap digital timers that don't work. Half times they work. Who's been there? I've been there. You know, you think they'll go off at 11, but they burn all night long and it upsets you. You know, especially the old school C9s that you used to use back in the day, which I miss, and I tried to find them this year and I couldn't. They're out there. I know they are, but I just couldn't find them. Here's a hack for you. Okay, so let's say that you have a security system on the house. Okay, I'm not saying if you do or not. This is from an old security system that we used to have. So they sell these electric switches. Just sync up to your phone. This box right here, and then you run your cord in there, and that way, when you want to turn on your lights, you just go over your phone and you hit a button on your phone and they come on. And then when you want them off, you go on your phone, you hit the same button and they go off. So you pretty much power your lights yourself. I mean, you don't need no timer or any fancy switches. So anyways, look into that. If you had an old school or an old system on your house or such, and you still have those switches that sync up to your phone, look into that. You'll like it. All right. You see, I have these little C6s right here. Yeah, see these? See these? Let me show you something. That's what I did. I put these little C6s on here and just draped it a little bit. You know, like so, and I tied it into big C6s or C9s. It's gonna look good. At nighttime it's gonna look good. And these I'm gonna put along these bushes right here, and they'll tie into the lights. It'll tie into the lights on the porch. What is that? Oh, somebody's working on something. Yeah, again, I feel like the kid off of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with the ball of lights. But I like Christmas. I love Christmas. I love what it stands for. It's our birth of our Savior. And family But you know, we had it. I'm going to say we had it better when we were kids. But my mom, dad always made sure there was family in the house for Christmas. From Christmas Eve night to Christmas night, there was always family in the house. And there was always food on the table. And I do things or I do have things, let's just put it that way, that reminds me of back in those days. I have a manger that my dad built back when I was a kid. Actually, my mom still has it. She has a manger that she always put underneath the tree, and I used to grab my pillows and action figures and lay underneath the tree and look at all the colored lights and which are not like these. They had the pokey things on them, the 80s version. But I used to play with the manger until Mom's like, stop playing with the manger. It was always Thundercats versus the Three Wise Men. But, you know, I was a kid. But that's what kids do, you know. They just bug the crap out of their parents. Anyways, my dad made me a manger and put the same little wind-up box in it that played Silent Night, and I set that up, and I don't, you know, play around with it like I used to, but you know, things like that kind of brings you back to your childhood. And when my grandmother was alive, she had an old tree topper from the 60s, and it was a star, which I'll probably put on the screen. But it was a star, and it had a globe in the middle, and then inside the globe it had a cylinder that balanced on a needle, and the heat from the bulb turned the cylinder into globe. And when my grandmother passed back in 07, she left me that tree topper. And although the colors faded a little bit, I still hang it, and it still brings me back to being a kid. And I used to lay on my grandma's couch and look up at the ceiling at the reflections of the tree topper, and I just think of Christmas and think about family. So that's a little, you know. Anyways, I think we're good. And I just recently looked online. It's kind of funny, that tree topper, if it was mint, which is not, that would have been about maybe in the low 500 range. It's worth that. It's crazy. But, you know, I don't know about you, but vintage Christmas stuff is a lot better than this new stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the LED lights, but you know, it just brings you back. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? You hear that dog? He's going nuts. He hates every time I come out, and he doesn't. But he's always out with me. You know, we don't keep him in all the time. I don't want him to get cold. So. Okay, we're good. Stay tuned.